Jeremy TV.
Hey guys, Jeremy here, and it is the first week in April 2019 here in southern Oklahoma, and as you can see, spring is unfortunately here. And while the warmer weather has been kind of nice, the fact that the grass is growing so quickly and I'm going to have to start mowing and doing something I absolutely terribly freaking despise has got me a little bit bummed. I'm already ready for winter to start back, but I'm weird that way. So anyway, today's video is going to be a little different. A couple of reasons I'm doing this video today. Number one is some of the feedback I got from the Mighty Mule gate opener review video has suggested that people want more information about programming the keypad on the gate opener. And additionally, some of the search terms when I go to look at the analytics of my YouTube channel have shown that the people who get to the Mighty Mule gate opener review video were actually searching for how to program the keypad for the gate opener. So I decided to go ahead and make a standalone video and do a step-by-step tutorial on how to program the remote keypad for the Mighty Mule brand gate opener. Now, of course, since I've had mine in for several months, mine have already been programmed, but I'm going to reset them back to factory reset and pretend that I've got a brand new remote keypad, and I'm going to show you how to program it, how to set it up initially, as well as how to program it with a permanent code and temporary codes and how all that works. So I hope you enjoy the video. The keypad comes with a booklet, tells you how to do it, but I know that some people learn better when watching others give examples, so that's what I'm going to do today. One of the important parts of the keypad is this program button right here in the lower left corner. It's recessed, so if you rub your finger over it, you're not actually going to touch the button. It's sunken down into the plastic housing. The first thing, of course, you'll want to do is have some sort of pole set up where you can mount the keypad. You can do either a homemade job or do like I did and purchase the prefabbed kit. I bought mine from Tractor Supply, and it's pretty attractive. It's set in concrete, and it's real easy to do. Now the keypad takes 3 AA batteries, so you'll want to put the batteries in and then mount the keypad to whatever pole setup you have. And once you do that, you can begin programming. Now the instructions for the keypad state that for wireless applications, which is the way I'm doing it and showing you how to do it, you want to make sure that the distance between the keypad and the receiver, which on my model is mounted directly to the opener arm, is not exceed 50 feet. So between the keypad and your receiver should not be more than 50 feet. Mine's probably about 25 or 30. I suspect 50 or 60 would probably work, but I've not tested that theory. And the book does give you some wise counsel by saying that you should always test the keypad range before you permanently mount the keypad. So that includes putting the pole in cement, I would imagine. Make sure that it's going to work from that distance before you mount it permanently. Now the first thing you probably want to do is to program your own personal master code into the keypad. As I mentioned earlier, by default, the master code that comes shipped with the keypad when you purchase it is going to be 1234. And because that's pretty easy to guess and not very secure, you're going to want to change that to something. Now for purposes of this video, I'm going to program that to 9876. So the process for that is to press and release the program button. So that's that button there. Press and release. Enter the current master code, which is 1234. Hit the program button again. Enter function code 06. Hit the program button again. Enter your new master code, which we're going to do 9876. Hit program again. Re-enter your new master code 9876 and program. Now it's going to beep at you and tell you that it's done something for you, which in this case, it has reset your master code. So that is done, and your new master code in this case is 9876. So when you do additional codes for this opener, and when you teach it to talk to the receiver, you're going to need that master code. Now you could have left it 1, 2, 3, 4 until you were done programming, and then at the very last step changed your master code, but I thought it would be good to start with that step. So you want to personalize that master code. To me, it makes more sense to do it first, that way you don't forget to do it later on, and then some yahoo come in behind you, halfway know what they're doing, and change your master code and get access to your gate opener. And not only does that give them access to your gate opener, but now your keypad is worthless because you can't reprogram it. Just my thought. I'm a little paranoid sometimes, I'll admit, but that's my thinking. Now that you've got your own personalized master code programmed into this gate opener, you're going to want to teach it how to actually open the gate. So that's a process called learning. And in order to teach it to learn the transmitter code, you have to have the remote control that is already programmed to the gate opener, and you have to have the control with you. And there will be a step where you point the remote control at the bottom of the keypad to help it learn what code it needs to send to the gate opener, so that the 4-digit code you teach it actually sends a signal that opens the gate. So before we get started on having the keypad learn the transmit code, the first thing you want to do is turn off your gate opener. So on most gate openers, there's an on-off switch that shuts the whole unit down. That way, when we press the transmit button on the remote to help this keypad learn the transmit code, it won't activate the gate. So the first thing you want to do is turn the gate opener completely off. Okay, back to the program button. As I mentioned, the program button is probably the most important button on the keypad. So the program button, now we enter our new master code that we just programmed of 9876. We hit program again. Then we enter 05 because that's the function, program again. Now we press and hold the transmitter to the bottom of the keypad, press the button. Okay, it beeped 3 times, so that lets us know that it learned the transmit code already. So we got that feedback. And we can go out now and turn the gate back on. Let's enter our master code to test it. Our master code opened the gate, so that tells us that it properly learned the transmit code to tell the opener to open the gate. Now, one of my favorite features about this keypad, in addition to being wireless, is that you can give it temporary codes to work if you've got visitors coming by the house that you don't want having a code full-time to gain access to your place. You can program multiple codes to work in different ways, and by different ways I mean you can program a temporary code that you might give to people, and then after 6 months or a year wipe that code out. You can also enter a temporary code that will only work for a certain number of days, and that to me is a pretty handy feature. So say you've got a delivery coming, and say you're at Lowe's and you've purchased a refrigerator, and the delivery guys are coming sometime over the weekend and it's on Friday. You could program a temporary code, only have it work for 2 or 3 days, and then once those days are up, you wouldn't even have to delete it. It would just expire and quit working. So that to me is a real neat feature. I've got a couple different temporary codes for mine, and I give the code out to anybody that comes up to the house, but I know that I can go erase that temporary code, but I can still use my permanent code to access the gate. Now, the master code that you program into the gate opener, to the keypad, is the code that will do all of the programming. It allows you to change codes, to erase codes, to wipe everything off and start again. So you don't want to give that master code out to anyone. But keep in mind that that master code does also function as an opening code. So you can enter your master code and it will open the gate, in addition to allowing you to program the keypad. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add an entry code. Now this is just going to be a standard entry code that doesn't expire. So this might be a code that you give out to friends, but maybe the family that lives there in your house has the permanent code. So in order to do a new entry code, you're going to hit the program key, of course, that's the first thing. You hit that program button and you'll hear it beep. You'll enter your master code, and in our case it's 9876. Hit program again, function 02, program again, and the new entry code, let's just say 1414, program. And you got a feedback beep of 3 or 4 beeps, I'm not sure how many that was, but that tells you that that program was successful. And now 1414, as you can hear by the gate opening, was successfully programmed as an opening code for your keypad. Another neat feature that you probably can't tell because of the sun right behind the keypad, but when you touch the first button on that keypad, it turns a backlight on, and all the buttons are backlit with a red glowing light. So that way, if you're at night and you can't see it, as soon as you touch a button, it's going to light the keypad for you and you can see what you're doing. And you would think it uses a bunch of batteries, but actually I've had the keypad on the outside of my gate installed for like 14 months now, and I've never replaced batteries in it. So they're very easy on batteries, best I can tell. And the keypad you're looking at right now is the one on the inside of the gate, and it's been up for, I guess, 3 months or something like that. I don't remember when we did the video for it before, but okay, so let's say you've got a code programmed in, but now you want to delete it. So what you can do, there's a function for that. So you would hit, of course, the program button, then you'd enter your master code, and ours right now is 9876. Program button again, function code 03, program again, the code to be deleted, which in this case is the 1414 that we just programmed. Program button, and then you're going to get that feedback beep of 3 beeps. So that tells you that whatever function you just performed was successful, and in this case we deleted that code we just entered. Now that's not the master code, that was that temporary code that had no expiration on it that we just deleted. So let's add a temporary code that actually expires after a set number of days. To do that, we start, of course, with the program button. So hit program, enter your master code of 9876, hit program again. So you hit the number 8 and then the number of days, so let's say 3, program, temporary entry code, let's say 1717 this time, program. Okay, so in that case, the function code was 8, and it's immediately followed by the number of days that you want that code to be good for. So we put 3, I think. So in this case, after 3 days, that code would expire and cease to work for this gate. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that code just so we won't have it programmed into memory. So you can delete a code, again, this is the second time. You hit program, master code 9876 in our case here, program, function code 03, program, code to be deleted 1717, program. So we got the 3 beeps as feedback that tells us that that code was deleted from memory. So we could enter that temporary code of 1717 and it shouldn't work. So it didn't. The gate didn't open. So that's good. That worked. Now there's another way to erase codes, and this feature erases all codes programmed into the gate besides the master code. Basically, this will allow you to erase all entry codes. So not the master, but all entry codes will be wiped out from memory. So you would hit program, enter your master code of 9876, program function code 07, and program again. Now you get the 3 beeps giving you the feedback that, hey, I deleted all of your entry codes that you'd programmed into this keypad. So now we can still hit 9876, which was our master, and as you can hear, the gate is opening. So that master code still works for programming and for gate opening purposes. Okay, so we've learned how to teach the keypad how to send the transmit code to the receiver. We've learned how to program a new master code from the temporary default code when the keypad was purchased. We've learned how to add a new entry code. We've added a temporary entry code that expires after a set number of days. And we've deleted a single entry code as well as all entry codes. So I hope you guys found that video helpful and informative. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up for me. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions or comments about this video, drop that in the comment section right down below. Thanks for being here, and I hope to see you again soon.